everybody, and welcome to Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet that actually travels to hell just to meet Satan in person, so we can give you an accurate review of Diablo 3. I'm your host, Chad.
I'm your host, Rob, and if we're sweating throughout this episode, it's just because we just got back. We just got back from hell. You can follow us on Twitter at Epic Geek Out. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Epic Geek Out.
You can also send us any email questions, comments to fans@epicgeekout.com.
What's the best thing they could do?
You can subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yep.
If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a little button right above us, and just click subscribe. That way you'll get the new updates when we push them out every Tuesday and Thursday.
Unless you put us in full screen. It always concerns me when
It's
people
true.
say that because
There'll
it's
be
not
a button.
above.
There'll be a button on
yeah,
the
when you
annotations.
minimize. I mean, you'll see it. You'll
Yeah.
figure it out. But let's get into our review of Diablo 3.
So today we're talking about the brand new release from Blizzard Entertainment called Diablo 3. It's a video game, obviously. Should say that first. It is the third game in the trilogy of Diablo games. Yes, 10 years in the making. It's been in production for about 10 years, over 10 years. So long time coming. Basically, the long and short of the game, it's a dungeon crawler, hack and slash type game where you get sweet loot and kill a lot of monsters. It's in that vein of evil. You're actually fighting, well, there's 3 prime evils. Diablo is one of them. And I think in this game you're fighting the lesser evils, 2 of them. Kind of continues the storyline a little bit, but it takes place 20 years after the previous game. So the storyline is sort of independent, but it's good to know a little bit of backstory if you have played that. We both have played, I think, Diablo 2.
Yeah,
right?
N1.
N1. I don't remember. They meshed together. I remember playing Diablo.
Playing it, enjoying it such a long time ago. The storyline, I don't have any semblance.
The only thing I remember is Deckard Cain, who's in this, was in the other 2 games.
Oh, was he?
The old guy.
Didn't know that at all.
That's the only part of the story I really remember. I did kind of watch like a refresher, but storyline doesn't really matter. It's more about the gameplay. A lot of different things, which we'll talk about at the end, is Blizzard's DRM protection, where you have to be connected to online to play, even if you're doing single player.
Which is, yeah.
We'll get to that at the end, but do you want to take it away? Let me know what you think about it. Let us know.
Sure. Diablo 3, it is Diablo. I mean, it's hard to give it... If you play Diablo, you know what you're going to expect going into this game. I've been playing through as a wizard class, which normally in any MMO or really just RPG kind of game, I'm normally like a warrior type, not really a caster. So I figured I'll give it a shot for this. I haven't gotten to end game, just had a chance to sit down and play it for a bit. It's nostalgic to a T. I remember playing Diablo 2 at my parents' house.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
On the family computer.
We were 15.
And yeah, I remember like, I don't remember if it was Diablo 1 or 2, people were able to like hack and get good armor and stuff like this. It was just, it's crazy. So it's definitely a very nostalgic feel. The graphics have taken a great upgrade. It's gorgeous, really a really nice looking game.
For what it could be, I mean, it's like a
not as cartoony as WoW, which when I first started playing WoW, going from like playing EverQuest in high school to WoW, I always was like, oh, I don't like these cartoony.
There's a lot of color though.
Graphics, which good colors in a darker tone. Cool. So I've enjoyed the graphics. I was actually really amazed by the graphics when I first sat down and played on them, just to see it. Again, playing a wizard, I've enjoyed my time a lot with the game. You know, getting back and just the pointing and clicking. You know, to move, I'm like, I have my fingers lined up, WASD. I'm like, okay, let's get moving. Why is my inventory, or what? Why is my skill tree opening up? It was a hard switch around for just getting back into point and click kind of thing. In the beginning, I felt like the first 5 levels I was completely overpowered, where nothing even touched me. And you know, being a caster, I'm from a distance. I was kiting him a little bit.
Well, I think that's the point. Is the first playthrough, it's supposed to kind of be like that. And because once you get to like level 30 or so, the game starts over, and then you go to like a nightmare mode, and harder and harder.
Which I think they did in the other games too.
Yeah, to a degree. But this is supposed to be like the most insane mode. Is supposed to be like they took the best players that they had for Diablo and like made it 20 times harder than what they could play.
That's just silly.
It's crazy.
Thank God I'm not there yet, because I'm certainly not the best player. But my time with the game, I've really enjoyed it. It's it is a nostalgic trip back. It's a game where you can hop in. I was playing single player and just go through a dungeon. It's not like you have to start off killing the wolves in the forest, or you know, it's there's
not really quests per se. You got to go somewhere to get something, but it's just
the
really
hub is really convenient. It shows you where to go. The town's good. It was just a fun game. Going through the dungeon, hitting a chandelier down, killing a big mob of people was pretty rewarding. The different skills I really enjoyed, that you can switch in and out of your left click skill, your right click skill.
It's easier to change them.
It's easier to change, and you can always upgrade them, which I think is good. And each thing will be good for a different environment. Like I was getting swarmed, I didn't realize that I even got a new skill. I clicked it and forgot about it. Then I had this like electrical field, which was more wide range, like, you know, it could attack more guys at once. So, you know, that was good, and I've enjoyed it. I think if you're a fan of the series, you have to get it.
Yeah, it's a AAA title. I mean,
100%. And it's what, 60, right?
Yeah, $60.
So $60, but that's not.
Well, I mean, it's normal price of a game.
Yeah, and no monthly fee.
Right. For some reason, for PC games now, I feel like I shouldn't be paying $60. I don't know why, but there's not many PC games. Yeah.
I mean, that's why.
Yeah. No. Well,
answered your question.
Yeah. I mean, somehow Blizzard has figured out how to make digital crack. Like, they make games for some reason. I don't know why.
It feeds through the new cable lines, and it comes through your mouse or something.
I mean, like, I've gotten all the WoW expansions. I have like 2 level 85 characters.
Yeah, you've crushed.
I got StarCraft. I didn't play it a whole lot just because I got annoyed people were so good at it. And this game, I don't know what. Like, if you look at it just as like a pure gameplay standpoint, like, I don't know what about it is fun. I mean, I'm just clicking around the screen. Yeah. But it's fun as hell, you know. And I think about wanting to play it.
Pretty rewarding.
But I mean, it's definitely, like you said, and I echo it. It's a great game. I mean, it's a AAA title, so obviously it's going to be good. The differences that they made were enough to make it fresh and fun, but they didn't change the original formula too much that I felt like it wasn't, like, it kept Diablo, you know, to it. The skills are so much easier now to, like you said, swap in, swap out, which I like. And it's kind of cool because you can kind of mess around with how you play your character. Yeah. Which is neat because...
Like, it harkens back to a simpler time. I mean,
yeah, for sure. Those stupid skill trees in WoW, which they're going to do away with in the next expansion, but like, where there's basically one right way to do it. So why are they putting all this shit in there? You know, this is like, you get 4 skills and 2 on your mouse, and you can just put stuff in, and you swap it out if you want, and which I like that. It's great.
I think, like, as MMOs, like, keep advancing, they have to do more. People are like, okay, they get... I don't know, tired of it,
and type stuff.
Just give us something where it's simple. I mean,
and this is great
unless you try to play on launch day, which had an awful fiasco the first night.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that now, I guess. So basically, their DRM way to protect it against hackers, which doesn't work, by the way, Blizzard, because the people that hack it get around it anyway, is to require you to be connected to the internet at all times. It's kind of cool for the co-op because you can drop in, drop out, which neither of us got to play with yet. I kind of wanted to go through it once, just straight through, and then jump in, jump out. But people were getting disconnected. Their servers weren't working.
Error 37.
Every crazy thing. Yeah, I mean, it's a single-player game. I mean, that annoyed a lot of people, and it was a pretty pitiful launch. I mean, it was...
And, I mean, if you're going to do something like this, you better not have it, you know, messed up.
Right, exactly.
And I feel, you know, what if there's someone without high-speed internet access, or the power, you know...
Right.
I hate that. I think that's ridiculous. I understand why they do it, but it's if you're going to play a single-player game, you should not need internet access. You should have it so internet access might enhance your single-player game, which they could with the co-op, which they might do with achievements, online leaderboards, or that if you played through it single-player online, you might have access to a couple new dungeons, stuff like that. But don't make it where you can't play the game. I don't know how big the audience is who doesn't have internet access, but they might have lost out on some people. And I think that is just like a slap in the face of gamers. Like, you need to be on the internet. Like,
it's definitely frustrating. And
how much money did they make? I mean, come on.
No, I know. Like, and you nailed it on the head. If you're going to do it, at least make sure it works. I mean, first 48 hours at least there were problems.
That's such the ironic part of it.
I know, it's crazy.
I mean, do you agree with my sentiments?
Oh yeah, I would. I mean, I'm not a fan of DRM in general, so this is just makes it even more clear why it's not good. Also, really quick, want to mention the Real Money Auction House. Have you heard about that?
I mean, we didn't.
It's not open yet. It's coming. Yeah. It's going to be open this week or next week. But basically, they're going to have an auction house up there where you can put items up and receive real world money.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
It's going to do away with the gold sellers and all that.
Yeah,
I'm sure. So I don't know if gold's going to be included in that, but.
That's
anyways,
nuts.
yeah.
I wonder what the prices are going to be. I mean, that's
I'm sure Blizzard's going to take a cut of every transaction.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to make some money for sure.
Diablo eBay.
Yeah.
Christ.
Diablo.
Diablo.
So that is
Patented.
Diablo 3. We both very much enjoyed it. Going to be playing it for a little bit to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, check it out if you have internet access. I mean, make sure you have that. So it's that time again to give our thanks of the day. Chad, what are you thankful for in this day?
Today, I'm thankful for a lot of things, mostly you guys that are watching this. But since I had to pick something geeky, besides you, I'm going to pick the Adobe Creative Suite 6 that just came out last week, I believe, or earlier this month. But the Creative Cloud came out last week. So Adobe Creative Suite, as you know, Photoshop, Illustrator, Dreamweaver, all that good stuff. They just released the tentpole update. Previously it was 5.5, so now it's 6. This has been a year or two since they released the last one. Download some of the demos of it. Really awesome. I do a lot of that kind of stuff for work.
I just don't know what you're saying, but yeah, it sounds good.
It's for like graphic design, web design stuff.
You stole my thanks.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. We should have talked about this beforehand.
Yeah.
But I do that stuff on a daily basis, so it makes my life a whole lot easier. But the new tools have been awesome. I'm excited to implement some of it into our episodes with After Effects, which is what I use to put all the cool graphics behind us. And you know, it's cool. I'm a fan of Adobe, even though there's some things in the past that have been like fighting between them and Apple. I won't get into that, but they put out great products for sure. They're always forward thinking, and I'm excited to try out some of the cool stuff that they got in CS6. So that is my thanks. What is yours?
Good, thanks. You could have insulted me there, and I would have had no idea if you were talking about me. But
right.
I read an article today and just saw it. It seemed like a really cool video game. I don't know when the release date is, but check out IGN had a great article on Marvel Heroes, and sticking in the theme of Diablo 3, it pretty much seems like it's going to be a Diablo game but with Marvel characters in it, and I just think that's awesome.
Awesome.
Besides like the Batman, the new Arkham Asylum and Arkham City games that have come out, I don't think anything has really captured a true superhero, really like great game, at least not recently. I mean, I playing Punisher back on like Sega when I was younger, and it was like a 2-player co-op. So it was like Batman. Nick Fury, like that. That was just awesome. But it seems promising, and it's a free-to-play online thing, and it just seems, I don't know. You throw in Spider-Man and the Marvel characters. I'm just excited to check it out. So read the article, check that out, and look for the game upcoming.
Sweet. So we will be back next week with some more episodes. Don't forget Comic-Con next weekend.
Visit us. Send us emails about Comic-Con. We want to meet people. If you're even by some chance a vendor there or just going to be there or anything, like we just want to meet people and really have a great experience. We're going to be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Doing crazy things.
I mean, we highlighted today the schedule of what we wanted to check out. I mean, we're pretty pumped for it. I hope you guys are. I think it's going to be some of our best programming we've had. Our first on-site stuff, I'm really
It's going to make us legitimate, I think.
Yeah. Hell, we're media, man. We're on their website. So
it's awesome. So, like he said, reach out to us, Facebook, whatever, for that coming up next weekend. More episodes coming up next week. But thanks for watching this episode of Epic Geek.